Megan Olivi here with Greg Jackson. We're at the UFC 145 Open Workouts right here in Atlanta. And Greg, fresh off a trip from Sweden, Brian Stann got a big victory there. How do you feel about guys like Brian who are really working their way back up to the top of his division?
Well, Brian Stann's an amazing human being and a great friend, and he gave a performance that really, I think, put everyone on notice again that, he's a legitimate force in this division, and he's going to want to hunt for that championship.
How difficult is it for you, because you have so many guys on your team, but to go from, Brian and Damasio Page fighting in Sweden, and then you're here for Jon Jones, and then you have fights almost every week. Is it hard for you to give that attention or study opponents when you have that many fighters fighting back-to-back?
It's certainly more challenging, but there's several things that I have on my side. One is I have a very supportive family and a lot of people that help me out. Two, we have a ton of coaches, so I actually think it's a better situation now because we have so many coaches, not just me, and a real team shares, and we have all these amazing coaches in the gym now helping out the guys all the time, so everyone's still getting real good personal attention. And I'm giving as much as I can, but I feel like the fighters, if anything, are getting more attention now because we have more coaches helping out. So it's actually a very positive thing.
Now, you're here in Atlanta, obviously, for the Jon Jones Rashad Evans fight. Emotionally, how do you feel right now?
It's a hard situation. It's one of those nice. It's one of those situations that's emotionally difficult because Rashad's a friend and stuff. But just get treated as business and get through it.
You've heard that both of them recant their stories of, okay, this is what happened, this is what happened. Is what Rashad's saying, that he had to reach out to you and he was upset about that, is all of that truthful?
I don't know. There's parts of truth and parts that are not, and that's, everybody's got their own perspective on what happened. But, there's definitely a lot of things that didn't happen there, for sure.
Is there anything that you want to clear up or you want fans to know?
No, I guess I'm just myself. I do care about my fighters very much. I didn't get in this to be the coach of the year. That didn't even exist 18, 19 years ago when I started. So I just try to do what's best for everybody, and, it kind of works out how it works out.
How relieved will you be when this week is over?
It'll be nice to get the whole thing behind me, that's for sure.
And I want to talk to you about something really fast, because I've been talking to some fighters, and they had mentioned something really interesting. And I just want to get your take, because you're known as a very respectable guy in this industry. I've been hearing from fighters that they, when they warm up in the locker rooms before fights, you share locker rooms with all other guys. It doesn't really matter who it is, just not your opponent.
Right.
And some guys are saying that they're feeling a little awkward now because you see coaches who might have a guy you're going to fight soon, and it's almost like they're paying more attention, during their warm-ups or whatever. I just want to get your take on that, locker room etiquette almost for MMA.
Well, there is definitely a locker. I mean, if you're a coach, you don't want to be staring at guys. But at the same time, if that's what is going to have you win the fight, if a locker room warm-up is what makes or breaks your guy, you should probably relax a little bit. A real coach, you're not going to catch tendencies. You're not going to catch deep-seated stuff. You're probably not even going to catch what they're working on in a locker room warm-up. That's done diligently by film, by tape, by understanding the psychology of who you are and who your opponent is. So I would say that the fighters probably might feel a little uncomfortable, but I wouldn't sweat it. We're not figuring everything out because you're warming up for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to get a coach's take, because I haven't really heard, but before a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't really heard fighters talk about that much, and I just wanted to hear your opinion on that. So thank you for sharing, Greg.
You're welcome.
I hope that all this media kind of dies down for you guys and you're able to focus on the fight, and good luck on Saturday.
Oh, thanks. You're the best.